My first experience with anime was in my freshman year of high school, and my brother had just gotten into it, and he would not stop talking about this series called Gurren Lagann. And I didn't know what it was, I didn't even really want to watch it, but finally he convinced me to try this show. So I tried it, and this was my first experience with anime.
Gurren Lagann! Spingon! 俺を誰だと思ってる!
And it was awesome. So after this, I started watching all kinds of anime. I mean, I was completely hooked. I would watch, Guilty Crown, Attack on Titan, Cowboy Bebop. I would watch a lot of anime, but I'd never watched the American anime, so to speak. I never watched Naruto, I never watched Bleach, I never watched Dragon Ball Z, the stuff that was very widely spread in America, and I would always watch in subtitles, because all of my friends told me subtitles were the way to go. Never watch dubbed. So that was the way I watched anime, until I started making anime music videos. And once I started making music videos, I would go back in and I would rewatch the entire series, but dubbed, because this time I wanted to be focusing on the visuals and not reading the subtitles, so that I knew what I wanted to put in my video. And once I did that, I started to notice some odd differences. I'm going to play a similar clip to the one I did before, both in the subbed and dubbed versions, and I want you to watch for the differences between the two, because it's very interesting.
All the lights in the heavens are our enemy now, huh? Yeah, but they're worthy opponents.
Well, if you noticed there, he said the exact opposite of what he actually says. In the Japanese version, it's translated as him saying, they're not worthy opponents, and in the English version, he says that they are. Well, that's not just a disagreement between the dubber and the subber on what those words mean. They're saying the exact opposite, so that's an actual translation error. And as I watched more and more anime, I began to see a lot of these little differences between the subs and the dubs, and sometimes they were mistakes, sometimes they were just differences between what the subber and dubber decided that the character should say. And over time, I started wondering about who was behind the scenes, who were the people who were dubbing and who were subbing and who were making these decisions.
The theft, I understand, but here? Why eat it here of all places?
It looked quite delicious, and it was getting cold. So I gave it shelter in my stomach, sir.
Over time, as I started studying this subject in global media studies and in a lot of classes I was taking at Chico State, I saw that the people who invest, their heart and soul into these dubs and these subs aren't recognized nearly as well as they should be, and I began to realize, I didn't really recognize them. Yeah, I began to wonder about it, but I didn't realize how little they received for their contributions. And with how actually important subbing and dubbing is, especially from a country like Japan, where a large portion of their audience is foreign, and when such a large portion of your audience is foreign, and it's mistranslated or it's presented incorrectly, you, in a sense, betray the original IP, you betray the original property, and you show it as being something that it isn't. And to me, as a writer, that is absolutely inexcusable.
ダン! 親しみを込めてダンと呼んでくれ。そう言っただろ?
ミスター・ダン、このドラグーンは地対空ミサイルでして、洋上の艦艇を撃つようには。
撃てるよ。上に上がるなら横にだって飛ぶさ。
What this whole experience has brought to me, really, is to look more critically at who's dubbing and who's subbing and giving them the recognition and the status that they deserve. And I think if we can do that, there'll be a lot more great dubs and great subs to go around.
The landing wheels aren't retracting!
Yeah, and the number 2 nozzle won't work either.
What? Are you for real? We can't land
Well,
without them! I knew I should
whatever
have loved you.
happens,
I'm only 18.
happens.
I don't want to die yet!